Alright guys, we got the JDM Subaru wagon in the garage. Back in the garage. This video is it's about the serpentine belt and the idler. It was squeaking a couple months ago. It was sitting in the cold outside for a while, couple months. Now it's back in the garage. And it's time to change the belt and the pulley. We're gonna start taking this out. I'm gonna show you on that belt and that pulley that we're gonna change. This is DIY how to change that belt and pulley. I'll show you what I got. The new one here. Hopefully this is the right one, because a guy at parts store, he was wondering which belt, and then there is two belts on this serpentine belt. One is the power steering and alternator, I believe, and the other one is AC. So I'm pretty sure this is the right one. Continental brand belt and pulley. This is the groove pulley. That one right there, we're gonna change this. Take out the old one out, and then let's put this one in. And on my previous videos on the Subaru, I had that one clip. I can't remember which one, but probably I uploaded about a month ago. I have a clip video that this thing was diagnosed. It was squeaking hard all the time. Right after you start it, it was squeaking hard. It won't go away. So I did a spray bottle test, sprayed the water on that pulley and belt, and then it went away. And then until that water was gone, it acts as a lubricant. When it's gone, it was back on squeaking again. So unconfirmed, that is that's the pulley right there, and that's the belt. This is the belt I'm talking about. So that's what we're gonna change, and let's get to it. First, what we're gonna do is take out this cover, so that exposes everything down the bottom. You can see it. So there's two bolts up on the front. I believe that's a 10 mil. Yeah, it's a 10 mil. So let's take out that cover off. Alright, so I'm gonna have to take out this bracket up here. It looks like it's on the way. So there's a bolt right here. Looks like a 12 and a 10. Take those out. So we're just gonna swing that over just like that. Okay, so we can see the belt. There's a nut right here on the end of this bolt, so make sure don't lose that. It's just hanging right there, so I'm gonna take those out. So I dropped mine, so you best use the magnet to take that out. Right there. Make sure don't lose that. I'll put it right here. All my hardware stuff. Like, this thing has 175 kilometer. So who knows if this has been changed. I'm guessing it's been changed because it says Gator back on it. So over time, rubber belts expand. So I'm gonna have to when I put this thing back, I'm gonna have to tension it really good, because you can tell it has that slack. And this is what I'm changing here. So we're gonna have to take this out first, before we get to this one. Okay, so to take this out, the tension is on this alternator right here. This thing pivot up and down by turning this bolt, but this bolt is locked with that bolt, so we're gonna have to loosen this bolt before we take the tension off on the alternator. Just loose, same thing on this one, just loosen them up. Alright, so that's loose. It's, this alternator is gonna move up and down. They just pivot. So let's take this belt out. There. Let's leave this is a good belt, so I'm gonna reuse that belt. So now it's time to take out this smaller one. Mitsubishi is the brand, so who knows if this has been changed, made in Indonesia. Alright guys, so it's time to get this tension out. This whole system right here, this is the tensioner system. Okay, so this bolt down here is what moves the pulley up and down to put the tension on the belt or lose the tension on the belt. So when you spin that bolt, it will go up and down. But first we had to loosen this bolt in the middle. There's a bolt. There's a bolt right here. There's a stud and there's a bolt right here. So that bolt is a locking bolt. We have to take out that bolt, loosen that bolt first before we take the tension off the belt. So loosen the bolt here first, and then we're gonna spin this bolt right here on the side to take the tension off the belt. So that looks like a 10 mil again. Everything is a 10 mil here. Alright guys, to loosen that nut and the bolt right here, you use 12 mil. I use square end combination wrench because it's easy. It's pretty tight down here, so to loosen the belt. Alright guys, here's the belt. I can see the cracking on each of these ribs right there. I can see it, there's lots of crack. So this is done. We're gonna toss that one out. Use this new one in. Compare always before you install. Compare. Yeah, it looks right. Alright, so I don't know about some of you guys, but I always have the names facing to the front. So that's what I'm gonna do. Install that belt. But first, we're gonna have to take out this tensioner pulley here. So there's a bracket holds that everything down. There's the two bolts holds the bracket to the engine. So those two bolts we need to take out. Alright guys, so this is the two bolts that we need to take out. 12 mil again. So there she is. You can tell it makes a noise already without load, without pressing the belts to the pulley. It makes a noise, and imagine when you have a tensioner on the pulley, it will make more noise. So we're gonna take this pulley off and put a new one in. First, we're gonna take out that bolt. There's a 12 mil. Take out that bolt. Slide like that. Right, guys, I gotta put a board in here to work on this. I don't want to lose all those, all this small little hardware stuff. So just like that. And just give a little bit of clean on that. Brake cleans. Swipe it off all the dirt, dust. Give a good wipe. Wiping down wipe. And then we'll put the new tensioner pulley back in. Don't have to be shiny white, but just trying to take out all the dirt out. Just like that. And then we're gonna put this new one in, so it goes like this, okay? Just like that, and put the bolt, put the nut back in there. Alright guys, so this is a snug nut right there. We're gonna put it back now. Grab those two bolts you had before. Let's put it back. Alright guys, so just a hand tight on those two bolts, and let's put this new belt back in there. So it goes in the inside groove of the crank pulley. Okay. Just go by the feel. Just like that. Go by the feel. Just feel it. And then we're gonna be tension this pulley after. So we're just gonna have to torque this two bolts down to spec, and then we're gonna tension the belt. Alright guys, so those two bolts up there is torqued down. Now we're gonna adjust this belt. We're gonna turn the counterclockwise this bolt, and it would tighten up the belt. So make sure the belt down here that will touch the pulley, the tensioner pulley, is right on the groove. So I just gonna put my finger on the bottom of the belt, push it in up to the pulley while I'm turning the bolt. It pushes the pulley down. Yeah, I have to check the crank, make sure I'm on the groove. Yeah, it looks right. Just keep spinning that bolt. A little bit more. A little bit more. That looks good. Alright guys, so now we're gonna have to tighten that nut that holds the tensioner pulley. We just have to use 12 mil again. Tighten this nut. When it's tight, just snug, and you're good. make sure that you're on the groove. So run your hand around the pulley. This pulley right here, the idler pulley and the crank pulley. Just run your hand underneath. Feel that belt. Make sure it is right on the groove of the pulley, and that's good. The deflection is good. It's not soggy or it's not too tight. Looks good. All right, guys. So here's the old belt. You're gonna go around the crank pulley, the power steering, and into the alternator. Go underneath here. Power steering, and then alternator. That looks good. Now we're gonna tighten this bolt, and we'll bring this alternator up. We're gonna have to keep loosening the locking bolt down there, because I don't want to wreck this bolt, strip the thread. So just loosen it like that, just a little bit. That looks good. Not much of a deflection. Not too soggy. Looks good to me. Now we're gonna lock that bolt down there. 12 mil. This is snug. It's like that. This is good. This is all locked down. Now we're gonna have tighten this bolt right here. Okay. This is the nut on the edge. It goes like this, straight down. So let's put this bracket back on here. I'm gonna have to loosen this bolt again, because the bracket goes into that bolt. And tighten them up. Bolt right here. Take them up. Something going on this fluid here. You see how like it's moisture, food coolant's coming out. Maybe this clamp right here is not that good. So while I'm in here, I'm gonna change this clamp. Okay, quick fix on this area right here. This is the only clamp I got, so I'm gonna give that a try. Hopefully it will fit. Yeah, this looks like it's super loose already. And you can tell that it's lots of mud built up in there. You can tell that this thing needs a power steering flush, because it looks like it's really dark already. Clean the hose. Okay. Clean the area here. Let's put the clamp back. New clamp. Yeah, this will work. Put it back. Alright guys, we're gonna tighten this clamp now. Make sure it's snug. And we're gonna clean the area. I'm gonna use a brake clean. Give a little bit of spray. Just get that oily residue out so that it's gonna look clean. That's tight now. I'm gonna double check. And then there's a little retainer here, but snap into this bracket just like that, so the vibration is not gonna wear out the rubber. All right, clean it with the brake clean. It will evaporate. It will clean this area here. Before I put the cover here, I'm gonna start the engine. See if there's any noise. Keep an eye on this area right here. There we go. Looks good. It looks good to me, so. Alright guys, so you can see, start up the engine. It looks good. Nothing that off the groove. Everything runs smooth. No squealing. All that weird noise. So I think that's it, guys. So if you like this DIY, let me know in the comments. And if you're new to this channel, make sure subscribe and hit that bell button, and then we'll get more videos. So every time when I upload, you get that notification that I got a new video. Every twice or 3 times a week, just depends. The next video I'm gonna do with this Subaru here is I'm gonna show you the box. This is, don't judge the box, I guess. This is what I'm gonna do next, is the boot bellows. That is for the steering rack. Okay, next project on this Subaru. Check this out. This is why I'm gonna change this. That bellows is ripped in like 2 pieces, and that's not right. I'm gonna have to change this piece right here. Looks like somebody put a tape on it. Trying to fix it up, but putting a tape is not gonna work. So I'm gonna change that, and then on the other side, it's not bad on this side, but it's a little moisture right here, a little moisture right there in the middle, and look at that. Just to spread this rubber out, you can see there's a big hole in the middle. So we're gonna change that as well. So this is the next project we're gonna do, the next video. Change that bellows, and I guess there's a couple ways to change this. So stay tuned for the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button, and I'll see you next time.